Hey guys, so I have a little message for our leftist friends, our leftist slash woke slash self-styled liberal slash communist, socialist, whatever you guys call yourselves. The people who are now seemingly upset at the anti-Semite, and he is an anti-Semite, Kanye West, or Jew hater. I don't like to use the word anti-Semite because the word Semite implies that it's Jews and Arabs. Let's use the word Jew hater. Okay? He's a Jew hater. For whatever reason. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, so for you lefties out there, I'm glad that you woke up, assuming you did wake up. Lest I remind you, your favorite two presidents that you've ever had, or maybe actually three, your favorite three presidents that you guys ever had. The first one, your beloved FDR. He turned back a ship full of Jews during World War II, which went back to Europe, and most of the people on that ship went to their death. He was a friend of Henry Ford, who was a known Jew hater and supporter of Nazis. FDR was an anti-Semite. He's a known anti-Semite. Your other favorite president, Mr. Bill Clinton, claims that he loves Israel, hosted Jew murderer Yasser Arafat on his lawn, facilitated the two-state dissolution, or the Oslo Accords, which led to Jewish deaths since that time until this very day. And your third, not necessarily in that order, but the third one I'm going to name, favorite president, Barack Hussein Obama, whose mentor, yes, his mentor, or his mentors, two of his mentors are known Israel and Jew haters, Rashid Khalidi and Edward Said in Columbia University, and his main mentor, Reverend Jeremiah Wright. One of the main, I guess, pastors, if you want to call him that, of Black liberation theology, which is a kind of a sister ideology to what we see now from the Black Hebrew Israelites, which is what we see today from Kanye West and Kyrie Irving. Okay, my friends on the left, my friends, I don't even know if I can call it the left, my friends on the fake left, now that we got that out of the way, right? Now that we got those facts, which I don't know if you knew, or maybe you conveniently ignored, out of the way, I want you to do me two solids, two favors going forward. Now that you support me, supposedly, allegedly, so you support me, I'm a Jew, I'm an Orthodox Jew, not that I'm not wearing a kippah right now, but just trust me when I tell you, I keep Shabbat and I keep kosher. And I sometimes daven, pray, if you don't know what that word means. Do me two solids. The first solid I want you to do for me is when I tell you that I want to live, or people like myself, or any Jew for that matter, wants to live in the place called Judea. Judea, that's where our namesake came from. The Jews are from Judea and Samaria. What you guys erroneously call the West Bank. Why is it called the West Bank? Because it's on the West Bank of the Jordan River. If I say I want to live there, what I want you to do is I want you to shut your mouth and not say anything. Especially since today, the UN, instead of being busy condemning, I don't know, real crimes, they're once again commemorating the Nakba. When the Arabs tried to kill us in 1948 and we avoided annihilation and then their leaders told them to leave. And then why? So they can come back once they've killed us. You know, their nation state leaders, all their Syria and all this, you know, and the Palestinians. I'm not gonna get it. You know guys know the facts. I don't have to tell you. You know the facts already, right? You know them. You conveniently ignore them. So that's the first solid I want you to do for me. The second solid I want you to do for me is, now that you guys are all up in arms about Kanye, as well you should be, and any person who, you know, espouses Nazi ideology or white supremacism, or I don't know, Nick Fuentes. By the way, I want to tell you guys something very quick. If you guys are trying to connect Kanye to Trump, please save it. He has more Jewish grandchildren than half of you will ever have. He actually recognized, which you got upset about. You guys got upset about it. Jerusalem as Israel's capital. You guys got so upset. You thought we were in flaming conflict in the Middle East. He all but told the Prime Minister of Israel, you can annex Judea and Samaria. And he didn't, to my dismay. And now you have the unmitigated goal to connect a Nazi to Trump. Yeah, the guy hosted him in whatever it is. Trump does dumb stuff. Dumb shit. With that said, guys, what I want you to do for me, really want you to do for me, is I want you to take any product that you have made by the following companies: Volkswagen, Mercedes, BMW, Audi, Adidas, Bayer, Ford, and Hugo Boss. There's probably others. Fanta, I believe it is. Fanta. You know the drink Fanta? Fanta, Fanta. Don't you wanna Fanta, Fanta? Nazi, Nazi. Don't you wanna drink a Nazi? Yeah. Made by Nazis, ladies and gentlemen. Originally. I want you to take all those products that you own from all those companies, whether it's a car or a piece of clothing, and I want you to either give it back, sell it, or burn it. Just like you burn Balenciaga, right? Or people are all up in arms about Balenciaga. As well you should be. Ladies and gentlemen. And Porsche, yes. Porsche, thank you very much, my friend Alex. And any account that you have in Deutsche Bank or Allianz, ladies and gentlemen, these are all Nazi-founded companies. They all help people, they all help Germany conduct the Holocaust. Oh, and Ford, I forgot. Ford as well. Which includes, I think, Jaguar, if I'm not mistaken, maybe Volvo. Some other, you know, they all merged. I'm not really sure. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't do any of those things, either of those things that I just asked you to do, you are full of shit. And you're doing all of this for what's called political theater. Political grandstanding. Your three favorite freaking presidents are anti-Semites or anti-Semite enablers. Real ones. Real enablers. Not fake. They didn't just take meetings erroneously with anti-Semites. Erroneously. Yes, erroneously. Stupidly. They enabled the death of Jews. They enabled it, ladies and gentlemen. They enabled it. Your friend Obama enabled the death of Jews. He did that. And if you say to me, well, he gave money for the Iron Dome. No, he doesn't give money for anything. That is money that is appropriated by Congress. And it's called lip service that he's doing. Okay? And he disavowed his reverend. No, he didn't. You can't disavow your Rebbe. Okay? Your mentor. Just like he couldn't disavow Edward Said or Rashid Khalidi and the media. This lying, yes, the lying Erev Rav, self-hating Jew media. They are self-hating Jews. They're not all Jews, unfortunately. Or fortunately. Yes, Erev Rav covered for him, ladies and gentlemen. They covered for him. Thomas Friedman covers for him. Yeah, well, it's problematic. It's not problematic. The guy hates Israel and the guy hates Jews. And his friends all hate Israel and hate Jews, and they have what's called, they espouse replacement theology. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't do me those two solids, for those of you on the left who are upset about anti-Semitism of Kanye, and what's his name, Nick Fuentes, and whatever it is, and Trump, and this and that, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't do either of those two things for me, then you're full of shit. I wasn't planning on cursing. You're full of giant shit. Ladies and gentlemen, you know that there are black people, I'm not saying all black people, but there are black people who are engaging in replacement theology. They're posting stuff on Twitter about Arthur Kessler's book called The 13th Tribe, which he wrote in 1976, claiming that Ashkenazi Jews are some Khazarian, whatever it is, group of people, this fictional group of people, and basically we have no halak and we have no connection to the land of Israel. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to go with this across the board. If you don't like Nazis, then put your money where your mouth is. If you like Jews, then support the Jewish state. You don't have to support the Israeli government and everything they do. Don't get me wrong. I don't like the government as much as you don't like them. I have many misgivings with the Israeli government, believe you me. One of them being that they force us to take this garbage, which doesn't help us and maybe even hurts us. Not maybe, yes it does. But apart from that, ladies and gentlemen, if you are against my homeland, if you're against me living in Judea, if you are not going to take any of one of your German Nazi-made products and burn them or sell them, in Russian, then I will say, "Вы пиздите как дышите." You're full of crap. You're full of grandstanding, politicized, okay? Manipulating crap. And I don't believe you. You understand me? So I'll wait. I'm not going to hold my breath. But I'll wait until you do all those things. And if you don't do them, then you're full of crap. You know, we have this girl, Bari Weiss. Yeah, Donald Trump took a meeting with this person. You know, this Bari Weiss moron, and people like her, Donald Trump has Einaklach, you idiot. You know what Einaklach are? I'm sure you know what Einaklach is. He has more Jewish grandchildren than half of Manhattan, half of the Jews in Manhattan, okay, at this point, due to assimilation. His father, my father used to meet him in Brooklyn once a month to give him a rent check when he owned our buildings in Brooklyn. He loved Russian Jews. He built a Talmud Torah. You bullshit artists. Ladies and gentlemen, unless you do those two things that I just mentioned, you're full of crap. You're full of abject crap. And you're manipulating this to high heaven. You're creating political theater, political sideshow, to distract away from what's really going on, which is two things, really. Which is this Smexine's crap, which is coming out, and people are finally waking up. I have some friends that are finally waking up. I have a friend who just lost his good friend, 40-year-old perfectly healthy guy, from a heart attack. And the other thing is, by the way, this Balenciaga situation, which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, your boogeyman Trump was the only president. Hey, there you go, guys. Was the only president. Yeah, there you go. They're trying to stop me. Was the only president who was trying to stop all of this human trafficking of children to be used by these companies, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, he was. He was. And we know that's why you're doing this. We know. And some of you lefties who are going along with it, you're being used. Not all of you are grandstanders. Some of you are just dumbasses, like this Bari Weiss. My friend is saying, Breed Sweet, it's not worth getting your blood pressure up. You know, man, once in a while, you gotta just kick him in the face. You know what I'm saying? Verbally. Yeah, 40 years old, man. My friend's friend in Israel, 40-year-old guy. My friend wants to, you know, I'm purposely being silent. I'm purposely not bringing it up. Yeah, he even said, yeah, the doctor said sometimes runners, you know, the guy was a jogger, you know, they have to have their heart checked because of some kind of Dude. Because my friend himself took, I think 2 or 3. You know, it's just a shanda. It's just a shanda, ladies and gentlemen. And they want to distract away from it with this. Yeah, he's an anti-Semite. It's not the first, not the last. Ladies and gentlemen, the only advice I have for you, for For those of you concerned about people like Kanye and Kyrie and Farrakhan and all these people, ladies and gentlemen, they're trying to take away our means of defending ourselves. Before they do that, I suggest that you do what needs to be done in that respect. Like, just be prepared, okay? Just be prepared. That's really the only solution. That would have been the solution to, what happened 80 years ago. The people that got sent away back on a boat by FDR that I mentioned, if they would have just been armed, none of this would have happened to them. But they weren't armed. Why? Because Hitler took away all their guns. It's not funny. Yeah, so my friends on the left, you understand? I don't have to repeat myself. Do me a solid. 2 solids, okay? And if you don't, it will tell me everything I need to know. As if I don't know the answer beforehand. Alright, guys.